Okay, it is Tuesday the 18th of February. Let's take a look at Litecoin because I'm really interested in this sell-off, looking at coins that are outperforming and why. Particularly because if you get a good opportunity to get in, hopefully when the market turns up again, these ones that are outperforming in down moves should see some pretty interesting moves higher. So the one we're going to look at now is Litecoin. Let's go to the weekly chart and take everything off this chart and have a look at what I'm talking about. For me, you know, the 200 moving average is really the king of the chart, you know, in terms of trend. And here on this weekly, it's worked really well in terms of trend. When we got above it here in 2020, we saw a really strong move. And underneath it, we've seen some really nasty choppy sideways. But we could argue that this is potentially pretty nice spacing. What I like about this Litecoin chart is in December, when we pushed above this 200-week moving average, each time we pull back into it, we found support and we found buyers. So potentially, this is a bullish sign in terms of, for moving averages, this is a pretty moving average traders, this is a pretty good look. The risk here for me when I look at this may be just an ABC correction. So if I put these back on, if I measure from the low that we made in June 2022 to the high that we made here in July 23 and project that distance from this low here in August 24, you can see where we stopped is this equal measured move level at 124.50. And when you can draw this equal measured move level, when you back where a bearish reversal for an ABC here would be back underneath this 61.8 level. This is where this swing is 61.8 of this first swing, and we've back tested this pretty nicely. That's also that kind of really nice round number 100 level. So got above 100 in this one, which has previously been a really big deal, 100 in Litecoin. If we look left, these highs and lows, so we're holding above this 100 level. And what I'd like to see, if this is going to be a really bullish move, and what we have done is wave one, a wave two, and this is just kind of wave one of three. This next swing, if that's what we're looking at here in Litecoin, should be a really strong move higher. I've also put fib retrace levels on from the high that we made in May 2021 to this low here in June 2022. And where we are stuck sideways is this 236 fib level. I'm just going to put regular candles on and show you what I mean. So this is what we haven't been able to get above and hold above. So we are verging on potentially, we're at the highest level we've been in a couple of years, and we're potentially verging on a bit of a bullish breakout, because if we can get above this 236 fib level, having validated it so nicely, I would be looking for these next fib level targets next, this 38.2 at 183 and then 50% at 227 next. But I actually see this, because this looks like to me from the high that we made in May 2021, a big ABC correction. If we get above here, the most common retrace of this big ABC move would be this 786 fib next up here at 333. So, from where we are at 126, 333 now, what might drive that? It's really quite hard to see at the moment where everything is selling off, but there are some applications for a Litecoin ETF in that. Now, I've heard some pretty fanciful price targets from analysts for a Litecoin ETF. One of them, I think, was $800. But there are some applications in there. Grayscale, CoinShares, and Canary Capital have all applied to the SEC to have a Litecoin ETF. And according to Bloomberg analysts, there's a 90% chance that the SEC will approve it. I don't think that an ETF application on its own is a guarantee of a moonshot. Certainly hasn't worked so well for Ethereum so far. But originally, way back when, Litecoin was always kind of supposed to be the silver to Bitcoin's gold. So I do think that we could see a move higher. So I'm watching for a breakout and a hold above this level to see if we keep going. So this is 128.50 basically. I want to see us on lower time frames get above this 128.50, which if we look here on the hourly, really since Sunday, for the last couple of days has been resistance. It was resistance here and resistance and support. So I think if we can hold above this and it then becomes support, then I'm looking for another swing higher. One thing that I should point out, if I get out into a 4-hour and we look at this bigger swing that we have made from the low at the beginning of this month. So this is the February the 3rd low. This looks to me like 5 waves up, and quite often if you make 5 waves up like this, at the moment from this low to this high, we're holding this 236 fib retrace from this low to high very nicely, but quite often you'll make a 3-wave pullback and back to the low of the previous wave 4, which would mean what we would see is something kind of like this if we roll over here. And then I think that would be a really kind of a really, you know, a very nice 3-way move, and then a turn higher for me would be a really interesting long attempt too. I really do. I'm really excited by coins that outperform when everything else is selling off, and this for sure, when we look at this daily, is holding up pretty nicely on a pretty unpleasant day here in Litecoin. So that's what I'm looking for, and holding above 128, I'm going to look for a breakout from this parallel channel. 183 first, 227 next, and I think 333 is not an unreasonable target at all for Litecoin, especially if this ETF gets approved and we see a move higher in the broader crypto market. Now, I know with everything that's going on with really ever since the Trump coin got launched, but particularly with this Libra Argentinian coin, the amount of funds, just the pain that this has caused in the market, 4.5 billion removed from the market, is really painful. It's as bad as FTX, some people are saying, and I kind of agree. You know, for people who are not in the bigger coins and are in these meme coins that jumped in and got run over, it is very painful. I have to say, you know, with these meme coins, the guys who, there is nothing illegal about sniping. There's nothing illegal about running a bot to snipe a new launch of a meme coin and then dumping on people later. If you're not the creator, you're not part of the project, and you're just a professional sniper, that's not illegal. There is something very illegal, though, I think, if you are, if it's your coin and you're launching it and you are selling it to everybody and you're sniping it as well, which is what it looked like happened with this one. But these are professionals, and, you know, unless you are watching the market and these meme coin launches all day and jumping on them really fast, I really don't think it's a good game. I really don't. I think they're there to just take your money. That's not to say that all meme coins are terrible. I think that some that are CTOs, have been around for a while and are outperforming, could do very well. As you know, I see some quite bullish patterns in the chart. I'm always looking at the ones that are outperforming. In my video yesterday, I mentioned BERT, and that's doing really well. I'm going to make a separate video for this one, but a very nice kind of higher low here. And I think we see another swing high. So not everything is getting killed today, but you've got to be really picky what you choose. And this Litecoin, this looks to me like a pretty nice bull flag if we can break out. So that's what I'm watching in Litecoin. Good luck.